one of the ways and one of the types of story that we need to find in order to be able to live without getting overwhelmed by the sense of anxiety, fear, or isolation that becomes so common in the world, is the idea that we are in the type of story that you could call rite of passage. I call it a collective rite of passage. So there's a whole kind of aggregation of stories that are rite of passage stories or initiation stories. And those stories are very informative, very reassuring, inspiring, and helpful when we find ourselves in a major transformation or a major transition. In psychological terms, it's not simply transition, it's a rite of passage from one state of being through a transitional liminal stage into another state of being. That's what's happening in the world, but it's happening on a collective level to human beings. Going back to the idea that everybody knows that we're interconnected now, at least through the recognition of the World Wide Web. But what that's supposed to suggest to people is we're all interwoven and interconnected anyway. It's always been there. It just happens to be manifest now in a kind of technological form. But what that interconnectedness is about is we're all going through this transition together, and that can be understood. That's what we're witnessing in the world. We're all witnessing it together. And so if it's seen as a rite of passage, once again, you get immediate information on the nature of the story. Rite of passage has three parts. The first part is usually called the departure, or, the stepping off into the unknown. And so in this case, it's the loss of the world as we knew it. It's already happened. We already have that step. We already have lost the world we thought we had just a few years ago. In most places around the world, it's happening because of climate crisis, and it's happening because of cultural crisis. So then, if you don't have mythology, if we don't have stories about great transformations and rites of passage, we can think that's the whole story. The loss of things is the whole story, but like the old woman in the cave is part of the story. The second part of the story becomes living in the liminal space between one thing and another, not knowing for certain what's happening, experience the loss of known things, but not knowing what next thing is coming. The middle ground of the rite of passage is the threshold condition, it's the liminal condition. That's what we're in now. But it's in that uncertainty, that darkness, that confusion, that the vision of the next world comes, individually and collectively.